Hello and welcome to Galaxy TV News. My name is Erebami Salako. We begin with headlines. President Bola Tinubu on Tuesday met with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Plus on the news, Dangote Refinery officially begins petrol production, marking a significant milestone in Nigeria's energy sector. From the international scene, Russian President Vladimir Putin arrives in Mongolia, his first visit to an international criminal court member since it issued a warrant for his arrest last year. Details of this and more coming your way shortly, to stay with us. Many thanks for joining us at this time. Now, details of the news. President Bola Tinubu on Tuesday met with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The president left Abuja for Beijing, China, Thursday to undertake a significant diplomatic mission. Last week, the presidency revealed that his schedule involves visiting two major Chinese companies, including Huawei Technologies and the China Railway and Construction Corporation. A source from the presidency indicated that the Chinese president will host President Tinubu in a grand style. The source mentioned that there would be a gun salute and an inspection of the Guard of Honors. The event is expected to conclude with the signing of several bilateral agreements between the two nations. The Dangote Refinery, a $20 billion project spearheaded by billionaire Aliko Dangote, has officially begun petrol production, marking a significant milestone in Nigeria's energy sector. This development is expected to alleviate the ongoing petrol scarcity that has gripped the nation, offering much-needed relief to millions of Nigerians. This refinery is expected to fuel growth, development and prosperity by supplying energy to the people, said Aliko Dangote, president of the Dangote Group, during a press briefing on Wednesday. Dangote expressed gratitude to President Bola Tinubu's administration for fostering an environment conducive to the success of the initiative. He also praised Tinubu for the Naira for Crude, Naira for Product initiative, which he believes will stabilize the Naira by reducing the demand for dollars by 40%. He added that the refinery is designed to meet the demands of not only Nigerians, but also those in sub-Saharan Africa. And now we are joined by Honorable Joseph Akinlaja, former Secretary General of NUPEN. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us at this time.
Revami, thank you for having me. Good evening, Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much. So in few days, Dangote's refinery is set to start distribution of PMS. Could you share with us your thoughts on this?
It's a watershed in the history of downstream sector production of fuel in Nigeria. I congratulate Dangote. I also congratulate Nigeria for having this giant under the sun, the refinery, the biggest in Africa and one of the biggest in the world, single train refinery in the world. It is expected, or it's my hope and the hope of Nigeria, that it will end the scarcity of petroleum motor spirit, PMS, which is petrol in Nigeria. And I also congratulate the government for this Naira for Crude policy, which is going to help to reduce the pressure on our foreign exchange, for importation of PMS to the country, as hitherto is the practice. It is a very, very welcome development. Thank you.
Okay, all right. And do you think that this might bring down the price of petrol per litre since this PMS isn't imported?
To the extent of freight rate reduction, yes. It is not going to be too significant, as low as 300 naira per liter. It is not going to be so because even all the additives, all the ingredients of production is dollar related. So, but in terms of freight, the transportation of crude offshore and importation of importation of petrol or diesel to the country, that will bring down the price from what it would have been if we are importing diesel and petrol. Yes, the price will go down, but not too significantly in terms of the economic content of the production. Thank you.
Okay, all right. And what advice would you give to the federal government on we further refining our crude oil locally?
Honestly, it's a shame that we have 4 refineries with a capacity to refine 445,000 barrels of crude oil a day. And this has been allocated to this local refinery for over uh, 25 years now. But we unfortunately have pumped so much money into this refinery without production of petrol and diesel and kerosene from the refinery. So it is my wish that the government will now, in competition with the Dangote refinery, make our refineries to work. The 4 refineries, two in Port Harcourt, one in Warri, one in Kaduna. If these 4 refineries are working and Dangote is working, that will be bye-bye to importation of petroleum product to Nigeria and a lot of saving of our foreign exchange. So that's just my advice to government. It is a human being that make this impossible, and the government should go head on against those people that are making a local refinery not to work. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for being part of our news at this time. We truly appreciate your presence.
Thank you. God bless you.
All right, and that was Honorable Joseph Akilaja, former Secretary General, NUPENG. And now moving on to the rest of our stories. The Federal Ministry of Environment says it is monitoring and carrying out an assessment on the alleged release of toxic chemicals at the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Kaduna. This was disclosed by the Minister of Environment, who led a delegation to the affected community with the aim to ascertain the cause and level of damage done to the community. The minister, who was represented by Bashir Bello, explained that they were in Kaduna for on-the-spot assessment and to provide solutions to the pending issues, while the Commissioner of Environment Kaduna State and other community stakeholders who confirmed the unfortunate incident says crops and animals are dying and at least 10 people from the community have been hospitalized.
Yes, there are a lot of on-spot assessment we have just done when we are coming. We see some of the crops are dying. You understand? A lot of crops are not supposed to be the way it's supposed to be during the rainy season. These are our observations for now. Reference laboratories are here. We are supposed to ascertain what is happening on ground. We don't know the causes of the problem. We are only informed that the petrochemical industry here, they are discharging something. That's why we are here. So we have to ascertain what is happening on ground.
The reason is because of the spillage that we experienced from Kaduna Refinery, that's the KRPC, which directly affected the people of the community. It destroyed their crops. There is a lot of health hazard that is affecting them. As you can see, there are a lot of animals are dying because of the chemicals that the KRPC have released in their routine maintenance.
The nature of this chemical, it was from their plant. It just comes out like a smoke.
So it's a leakage.
When it was spreading everywhere, in 12 hours, we started seeing sign in our crops, not knowing it will even affect us. Immediately, they started calling me, animals are dying. People started calling me, they are vomiting, purging, and other things. Some people complain they are headaches. Everything in this community is damaged, and we need your help.
Well, still onto the news on Galaxy TV. Let's go on a break. When we come back, the news continues. Many thanks for staying with us. Now, for more updates and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect with us on our X handle at Galaxy TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Galaxy TV News. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Galaxy TV. Remember to follow and tag us on our Instagram page as Galaxy TV. You can also avail our eyewitness feature via WhatsApp. If you have breaking news around you, simply share your story by sending short clips or videos of the news on 0818-6666-669. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments. The Nigerian Police Force has arraigned Isaac Bristol, also known as P-Dam, on charges of money laundering, cybercrime, and unlawfully obtaining, retaining, and disseminating classified official secret documents. He was arraigned before Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court, Abuja, on Tuesday. Isaac Bristol, known as P-Dam Nigeria and 99% of Preston X, who was arraigned on 9 counts, pleaded not guilty to all the charges. Following his plea of not guilty, Justice Nwite adjourned the case to the 23rd of September 2024 for ruling of the bail application filed on behalf of the defendant. Justice Nwite also ordered the remand of the defendant in the Kuje Correctional Center. The development followed his arrest on August 5, 2024 in his hotel room in Rivers State. Force spokesman Olumuyiwa Adejobi said he was arrested on allegations of committing serious offences that undermine the integrity of government operations. The statement added that there were several allegations levied against the suspect, including unlawful possession, leakages of classified documents, cyber-related offences, and others. The statement further added that the force will leave no stone unturned to continually enforce the law and bequeath to Nigerians a more secured nation. The chairman of Northern State Governors Forum (NSGF) in Governor of Gombe State, Muhammadu Nuwa Yahya, has reaffirmed the collective concerns of Northern governors regarding the rise in insecurity in the region and emphasized strong commitment to partnering key stakeholders to tackle the issue effectively. This was made known in a statement signed by the Director General, Press Affairs, Government House, Gombe. The governor restated this on Monday while receiving a comprehensive report of the Coalition of Northern Groups (CNG) put together by the Experts Committee on Insecurity in Northern Nigeria as part of the outcome of the recently conducted roundtable meeting. Governor Nuwa Yahya noted the growing impact of insecurity on the livelihood of millions of Nigerians, particularly in the agricultural sector, which has led to the hike in food prices affecting not only the northern state but the entire nation. He emphasized that the governors are committed towards tackling insecurity that has plagued the region, which has hindered farming activities, exacerbated the inflation of food commodities, and general economic challenges faced by the country. Two policemen on escort duty and the driver of the wife of lawmaker representing Warri South Constituency 1 in Delta State House of Assembly, Honorable Augustine Roye, were on Monday night shot and killed in what could be described as a failed attempt of kidnap. The incident, which happened around Okoloba Junction along Jakwa Road in Uwe local government area of the state, saw the kidnappers, which took the policemen unaware in their getaway car before shooting sporadically and leaving them dead in a pool of their own blood. However, luck was on the side of the lawmaker's wife, identified as Christy Oroye, as the kidnappers' getaway car had an accident which made way for her escape while her abductors fled into different directions. When contacted, the Delta Police Command spokesperson Idafi Bright, who confirmed the killings, said 3 AK-47 rifles were recovered in the operational car of the fleeing kidnappers. Still on insecurity, gunmen suspected to be cessationist in the early hours of Tuesday attacked Alba Police Divisional Headquarters in Idimili South local government area of Anambra State, killing 1 police corporal and leaving buildings razed. The police corporal was killed in the incident, while others sustained various degrees of injury as the hoodlums also attacked the Alba Civic Center. The reason for the attack is currently unknown, while it coincides with the declaration by secessionist leader Simon Ekpa, who called for a month-long hostility against government establishment in the southeast starting from August 28, 2024. The police public relations officer, SP Tuchuku Nkenga, who confirmed the incident in a statement, said the joint security force comprising the Army, Navy, Civil Defense and other agencies is currently conducting a joint operation in Aba and its environs. Drug addiction and trafficking among youth who are mainly students have been a major concern for the Nigerian government. This is coming as the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) is proposing a mandatory drug test for students in Nigeria universities and higher institutions to check the menace. In this report, our correspondent Delifasa takes a look at the proposed drug test amid reforms by NDLEA. The report.
A prevalence of 20 to 40% and 20.9% of drug abuse was reported among students and youths in Nigeria, where the commonly used drugs abuse include cannabis, cocaine, amphetamine, heroin, codeine, cough syrup, and tramadol. Most addicted students, according to findings, sell their properties just to get high. The SUG president of the Delta State University Warri campus and some students described the move as a welcome development which will help curb students' involvement in drugs.
Drug tests by NDL for the students on campus, I think it's a welcome development, and it will also help to fight against the use of drugs among students on campus, and not only fighting, it will help to identify those who are using drugs, so that a measure can be put to see how they can rehabilitate them. Because a lot of students have gone astray, and even parents that sent them to school, they could not study again. And I believe maybe it's as a result of the economy, and a lot of them are depressed because of what's happening to them.
I think it will help to curb the idea of drug abuse, because it's like a pandemic right now in Nigeria, and it's just not about it has gone beyond gender. You find both male and female abusing drugs, and if there's a test, it will discourage many people from going to drugs, but they know that without the test, without passing the test, they might not get into higher institution, and it will help to bring sanity to this.
Is a good approach to curbing drug abuse among young people, considering the fact that is a whole lot going on among young people, both male and female. Before we used to think it's just for male, but now both male and female engage in drug abuse, and it has to be taken care of as soon as possible, because it's destroying our community, our environment, and our youth.
On the solution to curb the menace, the SUG president called on the federal government to include education of drug abuse in students' curriculum.
That's through education. I think the government should add it to our curriculum. It should be taught as a major course. And not only that, the counseling unit in school should also emphasize more on how students can come out of it by counseling them, educating them on the effect of drug abuse and how it will affect their head holistically. the parent can also discuss about the use of drug among their family, and the community can also carry out outreach to educate people on how to come out of this drug abuse.
Awareness should be created, even within the school environment, seminars, talk shows on the effect of drug abuse and all that. From the home, parents should talk to their children about drug abuse.
Although the NDLEA, under the leadership of Brigadier General Buba Marwa retired, is doing its best in apprehending drug traffickers across the country, more energy should also be directed towards increased sensitization in our institution of learning to help check the menace among students and youths in Nigeria. From Delta State, Dele Fason reporting for Galactic TV News.
Now we move to the international desk for more news.
Hello and welcome to the foreign news. Russian President Vladimir Putin has arrived in Mongolia, his first visit to an International Criminal Court (ICC) member since it issued a warrant for his arrest last year. He was welcomed by Mongolia's leader at a lavish ceremony in the Asian nation's capital, Ulaanbaatar. The Russian leader is wanted by the court for the alleged illegal deportation of Ukrainian children. A spokesperson from the Kremlin said it was not concerned Putin will be arrested during the visit. Soldiers on horseback lined the capital's Genghis Khan Square as martial anthems were played by a live band to welcome the Russian leader, who met with the Mongolian president Kurgangy Kurelsk. A small group of protesters gathered at the square on Monday afternoon holding a sign demanding "Get war criminal Putin out of here." Another protest is planned for midday Tuesday at Ulaanbaatar's monument for the politically repressed, which commemorated those who suffered under Mongolia's decades-long Soviet-backed communist regime. Other protesters were prevented from getting close to the Russian president on his arrival by security forces. Ahead of his visit, Ukraine had urged Mongolia to arrest Putin.
And that's it for now. We thank you so much for watching. But do join us at 9 p.m. for our primetime news. My name is Iribami Salako. See you then.